What's up YouTube? I'm back and I have a video about the Volkswagen ID4 today. I'm sitting in the front of an ID4 and I'm looking down at the steering wheel, looking at the infotainment, and I'm deciding to film a little review for it. It's my parents' car, so I kind of know the in and out of this car now since I've been living with it for around a month. So I decided to film a little review so anybody who's deciding to buy this car or not, I can help you guys out and see if you guys should do it or not. All right, let's get out the car and show you guys the outside of it. This is the key you get with the ID4. I think there's a little GR Corolla over there looking pretty nice. This thing is absolutely getting mogged by that car. I have to admit, this key is honestly pretty good coming from a Volkswagen, assuming that the Bugatti key is a Jetta key with just a Bugatti logo on the back. So I can't hate with this key. Another positive thing is as you walk away, the car automatically locks, and as you walk towards it, it will automatically sense that you're near and unlock. I haven't walked far enough away, so it'll already be unlocked. This is the 2-motor all-wheel drive Pro version. So this car has 355 horsepower, and I don't know how much pound-feet of torque I put it up, but it is all electric. So anyone who doesn't like electric cars, instantly click away from this car. And people who only like electric cars, this might be the car for you, but I do think there's a lot of cars better for this, and I'll let you guys know why. First, a little quick walk around. This car is honestly not that big compared to other SUVs, but it has a lot of space because it's the first car ever made on the new electric guide platform. I forgot what it was called, but it was a platform made by Volkswagen to try to maximize the capacity you can carry inside of the car without sacrificing power and whatnot. And honestly, they've done a pretty good job. It's quite comfortable inside. I haven't sat in the back seat, but the trunk does have a decent amount of space for the size of the car it is. You guys can see it fits basically perfectly inside of a normal parking space, so it's quite small. As we come to the back, this is how it looks from the back. She is really dirty because, like I said, I've been driving this around, and we just got a lot of snow, as you guys can see over there, and then it's been 40 degrees for the past 3 or 4 days, so everything's been melting away. As you open it, you guys see you already have the auto top cover on it. But even though you spend 50 grand on a car, you do not get automatic car latching buttons. That's what this would be, but hey, you spend 40 grand on the car, or 50, 60 grand. Honestly, I don't know how much this is, but I will get to the price for leasing because that's what a lot of people get this car for later. But you don't get an automatic cover. And I also have these boots here for you because I want to be able to show you guys something strange about this car that might be a hit or miss if you're a constant snowboarder or you work outside a lot. Moving around to the back, got a little baby seat. And that's another thing, if you guys have kids, this might be a really good choice for you because it's basically a perfect family car. If you don't drive a lot and you just need a car to get from point A to point B, this might be the car for you. But for anybody else, honestly, I wouldn't say it. Entering into the back seat here, I'm 6 feet tall, and I have a lot of leg room out here in the back, a lot of knee room, and honestly, a decent amount of headroom. You can move up and down. It's quite large. Of course, it comes with the latches for the baby seat if you need one of those. These back seats do come down, so if you need to carry snowboards or skis, there you go. I wanted to check underneath the hood, which I believe is this. So you don't get automatic struts because, like I said, you spend 50 grand on a car. Apparently, you don't deserve that. Little electric engine. No frunk for you. And this, I must say, this hood is extremely heavy. Oh my God, look how much metal. This is maybe 20 pounds for a hood, and it automatically shuts. I believe this car weighs around 5,000 pounds because it is all electric. So anyone who cares about that stuff, it is a heavy car. Has 355 horsepower. It's electric, so you can feel it off the line. I think top speed's 100 miles an hour. I have to say, the pro of this car, if you're someone who doesn't enjoy driving, if you're not a driving enthusiast, if you just need a car to get from your garage to work and back and that's all you need, this is a good car for you. You can set up a home charging system like I have. I'll insert a clip for that. and you just plug it in when you get home. You wake up, you charge it, you get maybe like 300 miles of full charge when you wake up in the morning, depending on how much degrees it is outside. And you go to work, come home, and it's super easy and it's perfect for you. But now I want to get into the things I don't like about this car for basically anyone else who does enjoy this cars as a whole. So first things first, like we already noticed, you spend 50 or 60 grand a month and you don't get automatic seats. The whole back moves with these. You pump them down, up, down, up, down. You want the back to adjust, you pull that lever there. Let me move that shit back. And if you want to move your seat forward, you have this latch here. I want to talk about pricing for a little bit here. This car, I believe, averages somewhere in the 50 to 60 range. I'm not 100% sure, but one thing I do know are the leases. In up until mid 2025 and 2024, when these cars came out, you were able to get a really good deal on the lease because of the tax deduction that America would basically give you, and like England and whatnot, for it being electric. So this lease could be up to only $200 a month if you got a good deal on it. Now entering 2026, if you try to go get a lease for this car, prices have basically tripled and they're around $600 to $700 a month for an ID4. I don't know about you guys, but for $600 or $700 a month, there's a lot better cars that I could pick for getting that price. If you're going strictly electric, I'm going with a Tesla, and I'll get to the points why later. And if you want anything sporty, just go with like a BMW. That's a lot of money that you would be spending on basically a go-kart. When it comes to these electric cars, they feel like you're driving a go-kart. It doesn't feel like you have emotion, doesn't feel like you're controlling a machine on the road like how those car enthusiasts like it. I'm a car enthusiast, I love cars, I love working on cars. But for $700 a month, I would not justify this car. Now, as you step into the car, it's going to show you the range. It is a 29-degree day, so just below freezing, and we have 85%. We have 195 miles. That is, I don't know how that is compared to other cars out in the, like, electric cars, because I haven't lived with any other electric cars, but that's pretty bad mileage. To turn the car on, once you get into the seat, all you do is step on the brake and it's going to turn everything on. So just do that, step on the brake. Cool little thing, you have an engine light what can pop up, even though this car doesn't have a combustion engine. So that's a quirk and a feature of this car. But related to that engine light, this car is rated, I think, a low 20s to 100 on a reliability score. That means that this car is one of the most unreliable cars you can buy, and that's mainly because of the battery and the engine. I know Volkswagen and Audi had a huge recall on the early models of this car and other electric cars because their batteries kept on failing. Now, I haven't lived with this car long enough, and this car has been holding up fine to me, but if you're spending $700 on a lease or 60 grand on a car, I don't want it to be the most unreliable car in the world. But if you do get a lease, maybe you'll have some like dealership insurance that they can cover some of the damages for you. But yet again, $700 a month for something that might break down at any time, kind of scary. First thing you enter when you sit down inside this car is how comfortable these seats are. I'm not gonna lie, these seats are quite comfortable, and the build quality of this car, it sounds like you don't get cracking, you don't get creaking coming up from them. These feel a little flimsy, as you can tell, but other than that, honestly, this car doesn't feel that bad of a quality when it comes to like sound and creaking or whatnot. But when you actually start looking at the quality, you can tell it's not that good. This almost looks like the styrofoam you get when you buy a TV. You know, I'm talking about the black styrofoam. This is nice. This little hard plastic, which is a fingerprint magnet. This is like a nice little leather right here. The steering wheel does feel really nice. There's some haptic feedback buttons for music, volume, cruise control, adaptive cruise control too. And then this is like general, like trying to skip through like your settings, whatever you have going on. This is view. View is going to be for that. So if I click view, it's going to tell me my cruise control, and then that's pretty much all you get. Everything else that you want to change on this car is going to be on this screen, which I absolutely hate. If you want to make this screen brighter or dimmer, you use this. If you want to adjust the sound, you use that. If you want to do climate control, you just put it on here. This is strange for me when I first got into this car. In almost every car, this is going to be facing towards your head and then towards your legs. But this doesn't have one for your face. It has it for your midsection. So you see how there's an air going towards your towards your body. That's what these are for. And you can close them, shut them. These feel pretty good quality. I can't lie. Then this is like your temperature. There's like some like secret hacks and tricks you can do with this. These buttons are strictly for volume, which is honestly kind of dumb. Like, I understand this is cool and whatnot, but you're taking up 4 good inches of anything else that you could put here just for volume. And then you have independent climate, so if your passenger's too hot and you're too cold, you can go do that. Did somebody just honk at me? Someone must have locked up their car. Now, when it comes to heated seats, these get super hot. And that's a really good thing. When you have a cold day like this, you want your buns to be warm. Here's a little sneak trick. You can tap both of the cold and hot buttons and they will automatically do this. There is no cooled seats, which is a downside, and there's no heated or cooled steering wheel, which is also a downside. But this car does heat up very fast, which I do like a lot. Going over to the vehicle favorites, it basically tells you everything you can go in. It goes into charging. It tells you like how much battery you have on, optimizing and charging locations near you. Then it goes over to driving mode. You can do comfort, eco, sport, traction, and custom. What I've realized is traction, I believe, is just like locked differentials kind of. And sport, it kind of does engine braking for you. When you're driving on a highway and you let go of the throttle, you're going to start slowing down really fast, and it feels like you're in a high RPM in a regular car. You're doing some engine braking. Comfort feels like a normal car. Eco, this basically just makes the car slower, and it doesn't really change the mileage you get. From what I've realized, the thing what changes the mileage you get in this car the quickest is having heat on full blast. If I put on my heat all the way up, and then I go and I try to have to let this load, I put this all the way up, it went to 160 miles from 195. Now, right now, I'm turning it back down, and I'm turning my heat back to 80. Wait, and there you go, 195. But it is nice that it's automatically telling you that instantly. I didn't change it, but he definitely does a big difference. Night, this car does have some nice ambient lighting. It comes through here, under here, through there. I'll add some footage right here above that, but there is one annoying thing. There's no lights right here for the cup holders at night. You have all this ambient lighting and you can't see what's going on in your cup holder if you put maybe your keys down there, or if your drink like wobbling around here. These cup holders are quite good. They're just a standard like 3-prong cup holders that you get in every other car of all time. But dude, seriously, we could have had some lights here. It would have made it so much easier. Of course, no sunroof because, like I said, you're spending $700 a month and you don't get anything automatic. You don't get a sunroof and you don't get a good sound system. That was really disappointing. A car that's 100% electric, you would assume the electrics in the car are good. But the speaker system in this car, by all means, it's not bad. It's not terrible, but it's not the greatest. My car, a Lincoln MKT from 2013 or 14, has way better speakers in this car, and I believe this is a 2024, and the speakers just don't sound like that, and it's all electric. Come on, Volkswagen, we could have done better. I know that you have like Burmaster or whatever the Audi one is. Come on, you guys could have done that. Something strange about this car is the lights. So these lights, obviously mode, you can turn on your headlights, low beams, regular day running lights, and lights off, and then back to auto. You cannot turn off any external lights when your car's running when it's dark out. I was at a light show with my girlfriend, and we were trying to turn off the lights because that's what the car wanted. That's what the park wanted. The park wanted all the headlights of the cars to be off so the other people can enjoy the Christmas light show that we went to. But this car, no matter how many times I try to click off, it just senses it dark out and it turns back on. I googled it. I literally can't figure it out. It might be a user mistake, or it might just be the car braking for the first time, but the lights will not turn off when it senses it's dark out. It's really annoying. Another odd thing about this car, all the buttons in this car are hap effective. Like, you can feel them, little crunch. You guys feel that crunch? Anyways, all the buttons here are like haptic. You can feel them vibrating, except for the lock button. This lock button, there you go. And it's kind of delayed. So you think you click it and you're like, oh, I didn't feel a buzz. Did I actually click it? And then you click it twice and then this is those like, then of course you have regular like mirror adjustments, easy. And then for the windows, if you want to roll down the front window, easy enough. But you want to roll down the back window, you have to click that. There you go. And now you can roll down the back window. Honestly, Volkswagen, how hard was it to just add an extra like, and I hope you guys saw that. I scrolled up on this window and it went down. Let me see if I can do that again. Okay, so we're gonna push down. Okay. And then I'm gonna pull up now to close it. Whatever, it doesn't want to do that. When you're driving this car for the first time, it's gonna seem kind of overwhelming because of all these buttons going on here, especially with the climate controls and all these settings going on. And it's like, come on, man, you could have just like made some buttons. You could have just gotten rid of this like little space right here, this 4-inch space with like maybe like the power or whatnot. I have to say, the auto of this car for temperature wise is really good. When you have your temperature to like 78 or 80 and you click auto, for some reason it turns on AC, which I don't know why it would do that, but the auto is actually quite good and it does lower the heat whenever it gets too hot in the car and whatnot. The windshield wipers, they're kind of odd. To do the front ones, it's this knob here, and at full max they are quite quick. And then back, obviously, I don't know why they did that, but it's that. And then another thing I don't like about this car, the windshield wiper for the fluid to come out is right here. When you're driving and your wheel is like moving a little bit and you're hitting bumps and you try to turn on the little squirter thing for your front windshield, you have to push it down hard. It takes a second, but when you're doing that, you're gonna be moving your hand around because of all the bumps going on, because how skinny this is. If they just made this a little bit thicker like they have it in the American cars, it would have been perfect. But this is so thin right here, and you do it and your finger keeps slipping off the side, and it's super annoying to deal with, and it's kind of flimsy, and it's annoying. But now I want to get into the most annoying part of this car. And if you guys remember about those boots I had in the back, I want to show you guys something. We'll start with the Tim. So this is a regular Tim. If you guys work construction, if you guys just do it for fashion, you'll understand that these boots aren't that big. Compared to my normal New Balance, there may be this like a ½ inch thicker or whatnot, but I want you guys to understand how close these two pedals are to each other. Whenever I'm driving this car and I have Tims on, the room in between these two pedals is so small. Every time I'm driving and I try to pick up, it feels like I'm dragging on the edge of the brake. And it's so weird because since the pedals aren't on the same plane, if you guys see that, the gas is deeper by 1 inch, you're always going to be hitting the brake. It's so annoying. Now, I wanted to test something out with my snowboarding boot because my snowboarding boot is thicker by maybe like 2 inches now. If you're going from sledding or something, driving with this boot is going to be near impossible. You're going to be barely tapping the brake, the gas, and you're going to have no room at all. It basically fits perfectly in there. Do you guys see that? That's insane. They really should have thought about that when they were making this car. You have all this extra room. Look at, you have your other footrest here, and then you have like another room for your third leg or whatever this is right here. Just move that brake over. What's going on? Manually have to shut this. Hop into the car now, press on the brake, close your door, and then to go to drive, you just click it like that. Hello. Maybe it wants me to turn my seatbelt on. So apparently it won't let you do it if you don't have your seatbelt on. To put it into gear, you just twist it once into drive, twist it again into B. Honestly, I don't know what B stands for. Click it back to go to neutral, click it gently to go to neutral. And then if you want to park, all you do is put it into drive and then you click the little parking symbol right here one time. And now you're in park. And then once you get out the car automatically turns off. It turns off every single time your butt leaves the seat or opens the door, which is kind of annoying. If you just wanted to go outside to check something in your trunk, your car's gonna turn off and you have to go through all like the turn on hassle again. But now let's go ahead and drive this car a little bit. All right, here you go. So we're into drive. Another thing, whenever I charge my phone in this charger, my phone gets like extremely hot. It's kind of annoying, but we put it in drive. You just take your foot off the brake. It says hold right there, meaning that your car is holding like the brake. So I'm not touching anything with my feet, but might as well go ahead and go. Since there is no gears, it feels really smooth, but it's kind of hard to get used to if you never drive into an electric car. If you driven an electric car, it's nothing special. Obviously, you have that instant torque, so it does give you that little oomph off the line, and it does feel like a go-kart, like I said. Now, something that I've noticed about this car, which is honestly really cool and really nice, is that I believe these windows here are single pane windows. If you don't know what that means, different cars use different amount of panes in their windows to insulate the sound coming from the road. Now, even though this car is single pane, meaning that it shouldn't insulate the road noise too much, it does a pretty good job. We're going 40 miles an hour right now, or 37, and the road noise is present, but it's not bad at all. Now, I really like that. Volkswagen, you did a good job with that, but honestly, I cannot hate on the way that this car drives. This car drives absolutely smoothly. I don't hate a single thing about it when you drive. We're in comfort mode right now, and it's absolutely perfect. Here, we'll go ahead and we'll slow down to a 30 really quick, and when we pass a little like street section, I'll do a little acceleration. Also, guys, I want you to understand what I'm wearing on top of my head. Do you guys see that? I hope you guys are grateful for what I'm doing for you guys. A quick pull, 35 miles an hour. So that was like a second flooring it. I believe the 0 to 60 in this car is 4.5 seconds. That's pretty good for a 5,000 pound car, but it's not that good for an electric car. Now, it definitely does feel quicker than a regular gas car. What can hit that car and hit that mark in 5 seconds because of the instant torque, but honestly, I can't hate. We'll go ahead and we'll hit sports mode really quick, and I want you guys to see something. When I let go of the gas completely, it slows down immensely. So I'm barely on the throttle right now, and now completely off, and it slowed down really fast because the engine braking essentially. So let me go ahead and I'm gonna floor once these cars pass by. That's pretty quick. I cannot lie. We're gonna enter a little parkway here, and I'll be able to show you guys the turns. This car does handle well. We have snow tires on this car, so it does grip really well, and you can get this car in the lower horsepower rear-wheel drive mode, and if you guys do that, you might have some fun. Now, there is a way to limit traction control in this car. I've done that before, and honestly, it just feels like traction control's off, but once you go 100% sideways, it does kick in, which is sad. But honestly, the people who are buying this car are not going to be trying to slide it around. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to get a car to slide around, buy like an old school BMW or something like that. Now, this car does handle really well. I can't lie. The tires do want to slip here and there. It does like to understeer if you're going quite fast, but other than that, it's quite nice. Some people doing some like cross-country skiing or whatnot. Isn't that nice? Now, this is my honest take on this car. Does it drive fine? Yes. Will it work fine? Yes. Should you spend $700 or $600 a month on a lease on it? Absolutely not. Do not get this car for that price. If you're getting it for that price, or you're paying 60 grand for it, or you're trying to finance it, let's get a BMW X3 or X5, please. Just for my sake. Like, honestly. All ice here. Oh, that parking lot looks a little nice now, don't it? I give this car a 3 out of 10. I'm giving it a 3 out of 10 because of the amenities that you get with the car. And by amenities, I mean, like, you don't get power seats, you don't get a powered rear trunk, the brake pedal is so close to the gas. Everything's on the screen. There's no lights on the cup holders down here at night. The ambient lighting is really nice, I can't lie, but honestly, it's I can't justify everything else. And it's electric. I would get a lot of cars other than this car, but if you got it for the price before 2026, which was $200 a month lease, and they're taking care of all the liability things, and you have like liability insurance through the dealership, so if something breaks, they'll cover it as long as it wasn't like third-party incident and whatnot, you'll be good. This car's fine. This car's completely fine if you're just buying it to go from point A to point B, from homework. That's perfect. But if you're getting it to drive around, honestly, there's a lot of better cars. Put it in sports mode. Give the car in front of us some room. And then it's honestly not that quick for an electric car, I can't lie. But it gets the job done, and it gets the job done quick. If you're just trying to go, like, all the power you get from the low end is really nice. Like, anything below 60 miles an hour is really nice. Everything else other than that is like, eh. Conclusion: if you're a car enthusiast and you're trying to look for something different, don't get this car. Stick with your gas car. If you need something electric and you want something just like a daily commuter, still, I wouldn't recommend this car. I would recommend a Tesla or some other electric cars, like the Volvo electric cars are nice and whatnot. But everything else is like, eh. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Hope you guys like this type of review. Comment down what type of cars and what else you guys want to see. I have some other videos with my personal car coming up. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys later. See ya.